Welcome to my 2023 year-end review. So this has been actually a year and 2 months is what I'm doing. So from the time the boat was first created in October, so the very end of October of 2022, I started there, which is also where anything I've done YouTube-wise has started. And honestly, going through all this, I have done a ton more than I ever thought, through the year. I know it's not as much as, a lot of these giant YouTubers and stuff like that, but for being able to document all this over this last year, it's been amazing. I mean, I've done everything from, building the boat, which started all of this. And then I built the jet ski pit bike. And then I made the boat street legal enough. Dynoed the boat, went to, I did Drifters of December. I did some stuff for Christmas. I got a new garage. I went to an event for New Year's. Painted my daily. I remounted the boat on a new chassis. I did the graphics on the new boat. Went to Hyperfest. Entered my first comp. Drove at Pocono. Went to FD New Jersey as a booth car. Had to do a motor swap in the middle of the summer. Added LEDs to the boat. Ran Tandem Nights. The Smash on Land event. Drifted to December again, because like I said, year and 2 months. Worked on my daily Magnum. So in this last, year and 2 months, with the boat itself, I've done 12 events, plus other shenanigans in between. And those 12 events, it was 22 days of drifting. And I estimated that it was about 54 tires. So it was a pretty busy year. Did some other things. Went on Drag Week. Ran, I think I said Pocono in there. There's a couple things that I didn't do videos on that I still did. So I'm just preparing for the next year. I will prepare you for this video. There is quite a bit of time lapse in that, but I would 100% appreciate if, you just put it on in the background, over this New Year's or any time, just let it play, catch in, see how my year went, and just enjoy it. It was eye-opening to myself, even if nobody really watches this, that how much I did and putting it all together in one, fairly condensed video. I'm debating doing another video that is super condensed, like 10 minutes instead of this one, which is about an hour. So thank you guys. See you next year. I know this is what you've all been looking to see. Basic seat time car, 01 E46 convertible. It's got a good shift cut off of the trailer, backed it in underneath the swing set. I'll insert some of the build pictures, and I really wasn't expecting things to go as far as they did, so I should have started filming stuff earlier, and I never did. I was just super focused on trying to get the boat, the boat on the car. So being a Halloween costume event is what this all stemmed from. Kind of went with a Forrest Gump and Jenny theme. That'll be able to, you guys can see, use of a childhood swing set, some ratchet straps, bunch of Sawzall blades and, grinding, cutting blades. And then a little bit of, metal, square stock and some tube steel is what the basic mounts were made off of.
Dude, it works.
This is the best fucking thing I've ever seen.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And on today, I'm going to start taking apart this pit bike and that jet ski to make the ultimate Bodie pit vehicle. That I wanted to do one of these jet ski scooters or jet ski motorcycles, whatever they are. They're not new, but like I said, I've always wanted to do one. And then when the boat car happened, now it's just illogical. Like I need a pit bike that's also a jet ski. So first things first, I actually picked up a scale and we're gonna try and weigh the scooter, the jet ski, all that stuff. So figure out what starting weights on them are. Well, what are we looking at weight? 206.7 pounds. So we took off over 200 pounds in engine, jet drive, fuel tank, all that. Fully hanging. What do we got? 361.6. And that's with about half a gallon of gas in it. So that gives us a start. And we are at 270 pounds. So, considering 270 plus the just over 200 pounds on the jet ski body, we're looking at 470, which is about 100 pounds more than what the scooter originally had. So I don't feel too terrible about that. I want to see if we can make that one come down a little bit, but this thing as street legal as I can. So this is what I decided with and figured would be best for all the lighting and everything for it. So some pretty simple motorcycle turn signals, a vintage style reverse light. Tail lights are actually Mustang, like 66, 67 range Mustang. I just thought they would look a lot better than some trailer lights. Generic, like 7-inch round, something for like an old hot rod. Had to pick up basically a trailer connector. I'm gonna have to wire that in so that I can make these tail lights work. And then I've got 4 mirrors. I'm debating which set to use. Probably gonna go with the Harley ones. They sit a little closer. I don't think they're gonna help at all. So didn't really get the show, but I went super low mount. I tried to hide them back here. They still stick out more than I'm super happy with, but they work. I got headlights, high beams, turn signals. I just wanted to kind of blend in with those rails a bit. I think it really fits the style. Mirrors, definitely not the happiest with, but for right now, they're gonna work. These are just a stock Harley mirror. Had to add some extra washers on the inside, but I think the end goal is going to be mounting them right here, which will push them out a little bit farther. There's also an issue when you lift the boat, they're almost in the way. You kind of have to move them. And then rear tail lights, kind of how I showed yesterday. So Mustang tail lights are on. License plate light, reverse light.
thing is the scooter. I had a little bit of time here and there to work on this as well. And the Scoot Ski is ready for its first test ride. I was up last night trying to get it rewired, trying to get things figured out. But I made mounts. So we got mounts that actually come off of the scooter frame. The ones in the back I'm not super happy with. But for right now, they're working. I have to figure out a kickstand. But I'm gonna take this thing for its first drive and see if it works. Well, sure goes nothing. Kind of sounds like it did. It works. Let's say, and this is the, oh, almost forgot one thing. The seat, which is fairly heavy. So, 409 pounds. Honestly, I said I'd be pretty happy if it was close to 400, and it's a lot better than what I expected. And it's been like 2 weeks since I weighed it. I want to say the original bike was 360. I'll put that below to double check, see what my math is. I feel like we only gained maybe 50 pounds, so I'm happy with that for sure. The boat pretty good. I'll throw a picture of that in, but this whole side of the boat ended up basically coming off from here down, just disconnected from the seam, and the metal bar going across kind of it's no longer straight, but it's there. So got this sitting on the trailer, which I picked this up a couple months ago. We've been calling it the 4-seater beater. It was gonna be a pretty simple, just a spare car. This was all before the boat. So this is actually gonna become, you know, a lot more integral onto the channel. And on this little field trip, I'm gonna go introduce you to someplace new. And we're gonna... I've rented this garage before. I rented this garage, I think starting in like 2012. And I was here for about 7 years. And then we ended up not needing the garage, ended up buying a house, and I was there for a while. Now, when I started drifting again, I ended up needing space, and this wasn't available. And it's not huge, but I've already had 3 cars in here, plus I had a dune buggy hanging up here from the rafters. So I have a lot of history here. It's been about 7 years, 6 or 7 years since I've been in this garage. And I did want to talk more about this car and basically the reasons why I say it's going to be the next big car. So this is what the boat is going to turn into. So the boat's going to get rechassied. In theory, E46, 2 E46, one's a convertible, one's a sedan. As far as I know, they should be the same mounting point, so the mounts should physically bolt back on. I could literally take the boat off, take the bumpers off of this, and I could bolt it all back together and have it as a boat right away. I want that thing to absolutely, you know, pour smoke off the back. It needs more power. I want to be able to take people for ride-alongs, which is why I wanted to go with a 4-seater. And we're going to make the cage so that it can equip or accommodate all of that. So today we are down at Shenandoah Raceway doing a New Year's Eve drift event. It's going to be all hot lapping. I got the boat out. I got the jet ski out. I'm going to say, Jenny seems like she's ready to go. We're locked, we're loaded. And I think people are starting to get, I think they're just opening up track. So we're running for a couple hours. And sparkles. It's from what I was expecting. So my expectations were clearly lower. It was a spray can paint job, and I was trying to do it, you know, with a little extra pizzazz. Probably came out 6 out of 10. It doesn't look bad from some angles, and then it depends on how the light hits it. And after you put clear on, you could see basically what I wouldn't suggest is the metallic spray paint. That was a mistake. I tried it. I know better now. Don't use metallic. So now this will be the end of this video, and I'm going to redo everything I just did. I'm gonna
mask it off. I'm gonna just scuff it real quick, and then in the next video, you're gonna see the next color I'm going for, and it's completely different than this. So stick around. This one was definitely a big oops, but you never learn unless you try. So this one's a little bit of a learning experience, and you know, $150 and having to buy more paint. So.
Here it is. We went from sparkly blue, and we're going yellow. So, car is now all yellow. I unmasked everything. So that was a 4th coat of gloss yellow. It's a Rust-Oleum Sunburst yellow. That then fixed all of the lifting and the peel that I had from the clear coat. So I'm going with this is good enough. I say all the little pieces are done. The coatings I put on the trim pieces earlier, I finished all those, let them dry like an hour, and then I kind of stacked them up there. And I redid the workbench, and I just did all of the trim. These were the chrome trim pieces. They all got sanded 220. Had to take it out one last time before tearing it apart over winter. The garage gets a lot smaller when you put a 19-foot boat in here. You know, next to having 2 other E46s in here, this thing looks massive. It's been a bit since I did an update, and things on my side are going well. So, I say I'm not the welder, but I got everything mocked up earlier this morning, tacked in, and our typical welder is he's working on getting this the rest of the way done, finished out. Battery's hooked up. I'm gonna give this thing a whirl. Well, we got lights. I heard a fuel pump. Let me set this up on the camera. or see if I can do this. Well, it started. You know what? It runs. I don't hear a knock. That's happy. That means she's staying BMW powered and she's just gonna get turboed. That is a big weight off my shoulders on that one. And it's back. Sitting down on the new chassis. Now, first hurdle of this section is going to be, like I said, I cut the windshield out, the windshield mounts out, and now I have the windshield sitting 8.5 inches back from where it had been sitting. And I think it looks fine. Like, it doesn't look weird. It doesn't look like it was moved. You can see where it was sitting. Coupler. And I'm just gonna, like I say, walk down it with sandpaper and clean up all that rust and get it ready to start bending and working with. So that's my process to get these cleaned up. Start with 100 grit, knocks off the big stuff. And then I do a full 220. And then I hit it with a Scotch Brite pad I don't really know why. It makes me feel better. I don't think it really does much, but quick little 3-step process. Use some welding gloves so, you know, the heat and everything doesn't go through my hands. But super simple. Harbor Freight drill. This is actually our tube notcher. This is only because I'm here by myself. Before, I just had Sean hold it. And then some caster wheels screwed to a piece of wood. Same on that end. So I already got bender set up, tube in. I'm gonna get some bends on this. Took a break last night after bending that first tube because, straight up, I don't like it. From the side, the angle, all of that, that's not bad. My problem is, if you look at it from the front or the back, I definitely don't like, basically, you know, the design I went with. That 90 up top, a little wider to pinch down. It just doesn't flow with the lines of like the boat, which, I mean, the only lines in the boat are the windshield. Yeah, so not flowing with the lines of the windshield, it just doesn't, it looks odd. So a couple of us agree. So I'm going to rebend the main hoop. I'm going to do it a little more, I won't say standard, but normal for, you know, say a car. So it'll... making good progress, and I'm pretty happy with how everything's turning out. I don't hate the way it looks. Like I said, I knew it was going to be goofy to start with. I mean, putting a cage in a car that's under a boat and make it look decent as a boat. But main hoop is in. It's tacked, so that still needs a, you know, tiny bit of massaging, you know, forward and back depending on like angle wise. But we're sitting pretty much level. And then the rear one, to be able to clear, has to sit on a pretty decent lean. However, you get plenty of headroom, plenty of safety above, you know, anybody, even someone taller, sitting. And this seat is sitting on a piece of wood at the moment, so it's sitting up, is pretty close to where I'm going to mount it. So I've been plugging away at this thing for the last couple of evenings, and I figured you guys didn't want to see, you know, repetitive. The process is pretty much the same. You know, it's do your measurements, bend, cut, notch, and then, you know, try to, I'm not perfect, so I usually go long, like I find my notch measurements, and then I just notch it again, just another 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch shorter until, and then test fit and see where I'm at, make sure that everything lines up. I'm not one to be able to get it perfect the first time, and it's one of those, I'm too, I don't want to waste the material and think I'm that good and then miss it and cut it too short and then have to redo it again. Even though there are quite a few of these pieces that have been redone multiple times, just design changes that needed to happen. But for right now, we're actually going to, let me push this thing out, get a look at it out in the sunlight for the first time. I got to do something that's a pain, but it's going to make the rest, working on the rest of this way easier. So the boat's going to go back to the boat shed. The boat will come off of the chassis and go back up into the rafters. And then the chassis is going to come back out, back on the trailer, and back up here to Sean's. So we have done the ridiculous moving of the boat out, boat back in the rafters at the garage, chassis back up here. Took 2 or 3 hours. Definitely took longer than, you know, I really wanted it to. But it's back. It looks absolutely ridiculous without the boat body on it. Like, that cage just looks awkward, but I mean, it's kind of one of those, it's not made, it's made for the chassis, but for the chassis with the boat. So we're up here. I brought the General Lee car. See it through the window. I'm just getting some, you know, I wanted to bring the boat. It's not done. It would have been a great day to test it, but still out here. Still got some tires to run, have fun with. Are phenomenal. The colors are going to work out absolutely perfectly. I am so stoked to get these in the car and then get the boat back down on top of it to see what they look like. But for now, I'm going to switch over mounts and get these mounted in the car. So I got too excited and I forgot to pick up the camera. I was also listening to FD Atlanta on my phone because, well, I don't have a TV up here, but seats are in. And these things look fantastic. In an all black. I've watched plenty of other YouTubers do this, and I guess I'm going to give it a try, see if it works. Hey, look at that, it worked. Okay, this was probably cheating because, you know, this is a quick disconnect steering wheel, so that literally took me about the same amount of time it took me to snap my fingers. But this thing looks sweet. It's perfect. You know, run holes, not doors, because you're only running holes with the boat. Got my shrimp for my Jenny and Forrest Gump. Rope, because you always need rope. And a little compass, because you got to know which way you're going. So, for any of your custom steering wheel needs, definitely look into Grip Royal. They are fantastic to work with. I am so hyped on this thing now. We are done. It is 3 in the morning. Sheetz was the only place open with bright lights where I could actually get somewhere. You guys, and this one is the one we've been working up to all winter. So we're heading out to Hyperfest right now. This will probably be a 2 or 3, part video, but we're actually about halfway down. I got the motorhome, jet ski, boat, First time we're seeing everything out in the light. I'm actually not sure if I showed the jet ski with the decals on it yet. And then we got another truck and camper.
Like, it was never a lifelong like list on the goals, but it happened. So I got the drift with Vaughn Gittin Jr., him following the boat.
You may be cool, but you drift with Vaughn Gittin Jr. cool? I don't think so, bro.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on yet, but life is weird, and keep going.
Let it.
here it is. We are lined up to take the boat on its first, I mean, we call them mini comps. So this will be it's a very simple comp style. If you watch my April Evergreen event, I ran it then just in the General Lee car. But this will be the first time the boat is going out in an actual competitive setting. Sun's coming out before my next run, but it's definitely wet.
Zone 1, nice transition in outside zone 2. Brandon right there on his door, keeping the proximity tight. Nice transition in the name of push. This is the best battle we've seen all day by far. Getting Miller outside zone 3, nice flick into the hairpin. Brandon right there on his door. Penny waving his hand out, pumped on the run. Brandon putting it right there on his door across the finish line.
Oh yeah, boat's not loaded. That's because for this one, we're street driving her. Be a little over 2 hours. It's 7 a.m. now, so gonna hit morning rush hour traffic, but Jenny is going to be out there on the streets, just cruising. Haven't been pulled over yet, but we're gonna see if I make it all the way to Jersey without getting pulled over or not. I don't think I'm gonna make it, but we're gonna find out. Definitely. It's been a busy day. It's been a hot day. Well, the boat's still overheating. I got to put a motor in it. That's what it comes down to. I got a couple days to do it. I'm going to try and bust my butt and make this happen, but it's not going to be fun. simple kits always have standard colors, couple flashers, also got some fades. Now they look pretty good here, but there's pretty low light, so I know it's not going to be quite as good as I want it to be, like on track. There's usually more lights on track, but I'd love for them to be brighter, which is always my problem with LED strips. You know, I've looked into a few other options, which I may do on the new, like if these last, great, but if they don't, I do have some other options that I'm thinking of.
And welcome to Tandem Nights, hosted by the Tandem Factory at Southampton Motorsports Park. So this is going to be a fantastic event, I hope.
Hit it when you in the front gate. Right there. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a full fade. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Right there. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. I been getting to it when I'm on Vegas. Hit it when you in the front gate. Like that. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a full fade. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Please tell me what's to the
with the Drift Evergreen Pumpkin King 2023 trophy. If anyone knows the track, this is general representation of the track. We got some pits over here, good old America, and even better,
Success!
have an axle. is the first day I got to actually stand back and look at it. And I'm happy with that. Absolutely happy with that. I haven't been here in a while. I've been using it for storage. But now that it's wintertime and I'm in PA, which is part of the Northeast, you know, we have our typical having cars out season is over. It is now cold. Where I'm at in PA, it's usually kind of rainy and cold. We don't get as much snow. But it's definitely not a time that we, you know, like to have our cars out. So we lock ourselves in the garages for a while and get to work. So, but there's merch. I have shirts. I have stickers. I have a Shopify. You know, I'll post the link down below. Go buy stuff. I have limited stuff right now. I'm going to be working on some new stuff for, you know, either over winter or come spring when, you know, changes happen to the boat and it comes back out. I'm hoping to have some merch together then, or more merch. But go help out. Anything you buy helps, goes directly to, you know, this whole ridiculous adventure. And then I got to do the YouTube thing. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, it really helps out. These are things that I never realized, you know, before. I've only been into this a year, and there's a lot of things that are kind of eye-opening in this whole little social media realm. So if you can do that, go across the, you know, the other platforms, those other social medias, you know, follow there, and we're going to keep this boat cruising right along. But for now, this is your Captain